Mr. Top and Matt signed an agreement for his new nuclear power plant. The government is building on the Brandon Branch between the docks in Sodor. That was going to affect tourism. That was possibly why the big man signed a contract to take a nuclear waste to and from the mainland. Opinion to me, but Edward is doing fine, and he got a similar opinion as me to the power plant. He said it's going to be eyesore, but he does like idea of doing more work. I am currently writing this while I'm waiting for the all clear sign at the platform, so I'll keep this book in the cab if we spot anything else going on. Oh darn, I knew this would happen. We were at Wellsworth when it happened. A loud explosion and the sky went dark. There was a huge cloud visible in the distance. Surely I knew exactly where it came from, and we knew we had to go. People cleared the platform faster than we've ever seen before. Edward was probably most horrified of all of us, but I don't probably blame him. While we all had some layer of protection, we didn't, so that me probably motivated him to go faster. We passed Donald heading down in the opposite direction away, pulling a slow goods train. We found out later he didn't make it out. Hit alive. Neither did William or Colin in his cab. We shot by Crosby, and that's when shockwave hit us. And wow, it was strong. And caused the glass in the carriages to shatter and rock them to the side. And we could feel the heat rising, but we didn't stop until we got to Natford. Luckily, we made it, and safely huddled everybody into the building. We were shocked to see James pull up. The station with empty coaches. He seemed pretty pent up since he was talking his anger out on Edward. Felix told me they left half the train at the platform instead of getting all of them aboard before the blast hit them. But by the way he was acting, James definitely saw something the rest of us didn't. We found out Boko came back to Sodor after taking a goods train from the mainland and went straight to Brandon Docks. Nobody told him. He went straight, they didn't tell him, they drove him straight into the condemned area. I've been told they haven't came out of there alive, so they got the phone call that Jim and Cole, they took shelter in a bunker with his children where he was okay too. Poor Trevor, he didn't survive. Edward broke down. when he heard the news. After laying about in the station for an hour, we thought it was a time we left. Instead of heading to Titmuth, we thought it would be better to try to make some to the bridge while we are trying to make it to the bridge while we are heading down the line. Edward had to stop for some heading down the line and water. Felix made sure James didn't slow down and shot past us. However, they went on the wrong line, straight to Sodor. I haven't seen them since. We heard Thomas's whistle, but we knew he wouldn't be going far. Thank goodness Felix jammed the turntable the other day. Then, to our surprise, we saw Percy shoot past us with what seemed to be Annie and Clarabelle, along with a single troublesome Chuck on the back. Despite being dirty, they seemed to be completely unscratched, and they didn't even stop to check on us. We decided to check at Kildane Ironworks just to look for survivors, and sadly nothing. There was nothing. The only thing that was remained was the hollowed out corpse of another engine. The shape couldn't believe. It was all too familiar. We went down the line on Kildane, and we couldn't believe what we saw. Henry and a bunch of workmen were safe as can be in good sheds. They were in a good shed, safe. I was overjoyed. Edward was overjoyed to see, but it seemed to be frustrated on something else. They talked about the things they saw. Thankfully, they have survived. I asked Paul how Henry wasn't mutilated. The reason he survived was he hadn't been affected by the mutilation, is because he has special coal, and the hopper he used the day prior was a special coal, and he had to take a few coal trucks as well as fish during the weekly kipper run. Thankfully, he used it to keep him alive during the week. Henry's crew righted on the front of his footplate behind his wooden shield they made out of an old truck. They ran down the line and see if they could find anybody who needed assistance, but they stopped 2 days ago when they tried to make it to their way to the ironworks. An engine was blocking their path. Apparently, several engines have passed by here recently. Henry had noticed Percy pass by yesterday morning. We noticed Gordon go by he shot by, but all we can hear was him trying to scream. To be continued.